Hey guys, it's September on Riverbend Springs, and we're just getting ready to start putting some fertilizer out on the fields that we planted uh, last month. So last month we got canola in our 3 fields, and we got it fertilized, we got our herbicide sprayed, and here in September we're going to add one more layer of fertilizer to each of these fields so that we can get the 100% fertilization of these fields. The other thing we need to do today is cut our silage field. So we're going to work on cutting that, getting it windrowed, and then baling her out for silage. So just going to stick a worker on this real quick, let him get going on fertilizing our fields, and then we will check back with him in a little bit. And we're going to grab our Dutz tractor here. We're going to hook up our mowers, and we're going to get to mowing our silage field. It's ready for harvest, so definitely a good time to do that. It is raining a little bit, and the rain is supposed to let up in just an hour or so, so hopefully we can get this grass cut without any yield issues. So let's get our mowers attached here, head over to the field. Okay, we got the headlands done. We're going to turn this field over to the worker, and that'll give us a chance to check in on our fertilizer. Looks like he's done. So let's get this tractor moved over to the next field so that he can get that fertilized as well. And I think that we may jump in the pickup truck and run over to the dealership and pick up one more pallet of solid fertilizer just in case. It doesn't look like we used a whole lot on that first field, but I definitely want to have a little bit more here on the farm just in case we need it. So we'll get this guy set up in our next field, and we'll get over to the dealership. Also, I went ahead and took care of a lot of that scrub brush that was over here between our field and the road on the left. I think it turned out pretty good. It looks really nice getting rid of all that. So let's get this guy set up, get him working on fertilizing, and then we will head over to the dealership. Alright, and I don't think we're going to need the trailer. We're just going to get one pallet. We can strap that directly down to the truck. So not an issue at all for that. So let's head over there, get that product picked up, and then we'll also check the used market today while we're there, see if there's anything that tickles our fancy that might have shown up. Got a couple logs there. I actually cut down a tree a little while ago just to try to make a little bit more room for maybe another greenhouse coming in the future. Definitely want to have extra room for that, especially to pick up our crop when it comes out of it. So I think there was just the one tree that was in the way, but hopefully we don't have to cut down any more. I like having the trees on the farm. Oh, that's an issue. There you go. Smart move, buddy. So we get those 3 fields fertilized today, and that will be all that needs to be done work-wise on those 3 fields until crop season in the summer of next year. So we've got some other things coming up that we can work on in between now and then for sure. So let's hop in here to the shop and grab some fertilizer. And we'll pick up one of those. And let's take a look at what is on sale. So, no, a harvester that we're definitely not going to be using anytime soon. And then the Fendt. Oh, the large Fendt with the tracks. Oh, man, that's a good looking tractor, especially in the US version. What a nice piece of equipment. All right, so we definitely don't have enough money right now to get that. So let's get our fertilizer loaded up and we'll get back over to the farm. So here we go. We'll take this back over to the farmyard and get it offloaded and put away. Oh, it's still coming down. Hopefully this rain stops soon. We can get that grass field taken care of and baled and wrapped up. Okay, just got that pallet of fertilizer put on the shelf. We've got these 2 pallets here. These are less than a pallet, well, maybe 1 full pallet between the 2, so definitely like having a little extra on the farm for when we need it. Let's go ahead and grab the sheep an extra bale of grass and put that in their feed trough. They're going to be looking for that pretty soon, especially getting into the winter months when their meadow is going to die off and they're going to be eating pretty much strictly grass moving forward. It looks like we do have quite a bit of wool here, almost 5 pallets of wool. And we've got a number of pallets in storage as well. That's going to sell good, I think, in January. Let's take a look at sell prices for wool. Let's see here, wool, May. So that's going to sell the best in May. Definitely not right now when we want to sell it. So we want to get maximum profit for our wool. Let's grab our truck and then we'll jump over. We'll see how the grass field is coming along. It may be time to grab the windrower and get it over into the field. Well, I see him over there. He's still mowing. So looking good so far. Looks like he's a little bit more than halfway done, so a good situation there. Take a drive around the edge of this field. These fields are looking good. Canola is popping up. No weeds there. So that's what I like to see. We'll get this field fertilized next, and then we'll be done with fertilization of everything except our grass field. Once we harvest it, we're going to need to fertilize it one more time between now and the next harvest. I think maybe we'll get one more cut off of it this year, but yeah, we'll check and just be sure. I could be wrong. I probably am. This may be the last cutting of that field this year here in September, and we won't get another one until springtime. But let's take a look here. Let's see how our fertilizer's going over there. It looks like he may be finished up, or he may be out of fertilizer. No, it looks like he's completely finished up. So let's go ahead and grab this tractor. We'll get it up in the top field. Let's take a look at our field situation here. Yep, so all done there. We just need to fertilize that one top field and get it fertilized. So let's go ahead and roll up there. Doesn't look like we're going to use all of this fertilizer at all. I was thinking that it would at least take the 2,000 liters that this spreader holds, but it doesn't seem to be the case right now, which is nice. I'm going to be excited to pull all of the canola out of these fields in the summertime. I think that's going to be a huge harvest for us, and it's going to net a lot of profit that we're going to be able to use moving forward into securing these other fields. Every time I drive down here and I look at these fields, that kind of, mouth starts watering. You're like, oh, I can't wait to get a hold of these things and put some crops in them and really make a huge profit off combining all those fields together into a profitable crop. All right, so he's doing his thing there. He should be done in just a couple minutes. Looks like at this point our mower is going to be finishing up, which is great. So we will actually use the Dutes Far, and once he's finished mowing, and we'll put the windrower on his tractor. Let's take a look at our bee situation. Let's see what these guys have, if they have any output. I think March was when we sold that honey last, and looks like we've got a half of a pallet, so 500 liters, maybe 400 kilograms so far. So bees are doing their thing, just steady producing honey. All right, and And then while we're at it making rounds, let's look at our situation here with the greenhouses. We got lettuce output happening on both. Let's jump inside. Let's look at our water situation. Still more than half full with water, so I don't think we need to worry about that right now. Especially with the current water trailer that we have, I think it takes about 8 trips per greenhouse to fill it up. I think by the time we're ready to refill these greenhouses, we may be in a situation where we can sell that tanker off and buy a bigger one, so it doesn't take us as long to fill those greenhouses with water. Okay, so the grass has been mowed. So we'll jump in the tractor here and we'll get this all folded up, and we'll get it back over to the barn. Actually run it through the wash bay and spray it off. That'll give us a little opportunity to kill a little time and see if this rain starts to move out of the way. I think looking at the weather report, looked like it was going to be gone around 10 a.m. So hopefully in the next little bit we don't have to deal with rain in our fields anymore. Let's hop out here and get this door opened up. We'll pull the tractor in and get these mowers cleaned off. Everything got really nasty cutting the grass today. I guess the water didn't help the situation at all. So get this door opened as well. And we'll come over here and grab our sprayer. And work on getting our tractor and our mowers cleaned up. I guess it's kind of pointless to spray off the tractor right now as we're about to put the windrower on it and get right back in the field, but we'll give it a spray down regardless. Get these mowers cleaned up. I think if we were to leave them wet and dirty like that, put them away, they would just begin to grow mold all over them, and definitely don't want that. Don't want to transfer that back into one of our fields. So clean it up nicely. I hear a little bit of thunder outside. I hope that's the storm just rolling its way out of town. Alright, jump back in here and we'll get these 2 pieces of equipment put back away in the barn. Alright, got the mowers put away. Let's go ahead and hook up to our windrower here so we can get it over to the field and get started taking care of that. And I think we're going to need to grab our fertilizer tractor and get that put away as well. So let's get over to the field and let's see if we can get this windrow. Looks like there's still a little bit of rain coming down. Let's check in on that as well and see if that's still slated to end at around 10, which is going to be in about a half hour from now. So let's get this set up here. Probably going to put a worker on this and go from there. Let's see. So that's pushed back to 11 a.m. now. So definitely going to have a little bit of time between now and then. But I see some sun peeking through the sky. Some of the clouds and shadows opening up. So maybe we get lucky. I think I'll go ahead and windrow the headland here on this, and then we'll pass it off to a worker. Okay, there we go. Got our worker taking care of the ups and downs on this. We can bounce over to our Valtra and get it out of the field. We almost used all of the fertilizer in there, so we'll go ahead and take this machine over, spray it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and refill the hopper with solid fertilizer just to eliminate a couple of those pallets that we have sitting out on the drive over there, and then we'll put this away. Rain still coming down a little bit. While I was windrowing, I noticed a few times it stopped, but it just picks right back up. So it seems like this year has rained more than any year I've had thus far. and rain is a great thing, but it, you know, also is tough to do field work when it's raining. Definitely can't do a lot, especially when it diminishes your crop yield, and you want to make sure that you have plenty of crop that comes out of the field as much as you can get, so you try to wait out the rain as much as possible, and that becomes a little frustrating at times. But let's get this guy cleaned up, filled up, and put away, and ready for next time. There we go. Nice clean tractor, nice clean hopper. So we'll stop by these pallets of solid fertilizer over here on the side, and we'll get this guy filled. And he may take both of these, which would be nice just to get them out of the way. So it looks like we've at least taken one complete pallet, and might finish this one off as well. Wow, we did. Good deal. So we'll go ahead and take this over and put it in the shed, get it out of the way for now, and then we'll check in on our windrowing, see how that's going. We may just go ahead and grab the baler and start doing some baling. Alright, got our mower. Looks like we should have plenty of bale net and plenty of wrap to take care of this field and get it taken care of. I hope that's the case. Let's jump over and see what we can get. Hopefully the windrower's in a situation where we can just start coming in behind him with the ups and downs, and maybe get some of the bales started. Here we go. We'll get some bales going. Let's make sure that we have a few bales that don't get unwrapped or don't get wrapped, so that we have them for the sheep. I think right now though we have maybe 9 or 10 bales left to feed the sheep. It also looks like the worker thought we should have 2 headlands, so we've got some grass there in this, between this first and second row, that did not get really taken care of very well, but we can pick that up as well. So let's hammer this out. Alright, so it looks like that's going to finish up baling and wrapping on this field. We'll go ahead and shut down our baler, go ahead and get it up to the barn or up to the shed and put away, and we'll grab the bale trailer, come down, pick these bales up, get those put in our bale storage shed. So looks like the sun is out, nothing but blue skies for the rest of the day. Would have been nice to have that first thing this morning, but hey, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit, right? So let's get the baler put away. Get all the way back here in the back, that way if we decide to park the truck inside again, we'll be fine there. Perfect. Get it unhooked. And let's swing around and grab our bale trailer. We'll go pick these bales up, get those put away. Well, you do have to line the hitches up correctly. to be able to hook up a piece of equipment, JT. There we go. Alright, let's go grab these round bales, get those things put away. And that's a lot of work for a day. We got all of our fields fertilized. We got this field cut, windrowed, and baled. I've actually been looking at buying a mower for this field that will just automatically windrow as it cuts, because we don't make hay in this field. We only use it for silage and grass, and so that seems to make sense, right? If we mow it and have it windrowed while it's getting mowed, there's no need for the windrower, because we're not tedding and we're not making hay. We're just making silage, and we just need grass that's windrowed for that. So it's kind of been on my radar lately, deciding if maybe making that purchase would be worth it for us. We could actually sell the windrower and the current mowers that we have. I'm going to wait and pick up those unwrapped grass bales last. But we could get rid of the mower that we have now. We could get rid of the windrower, and we could just have the one mower that windrows. When we cut it, we could come through right behind that and bale. Just an option, or a thought, maybe. We'll see what happens. Whoa, easy. Well, that's a terrible situation. All right, now we'll go back and we'll grab these unwrapped bales, and we'll get all of this taken and put into storage. I thought maybe I would get a few more bales that were unwrapped than we ended up with, but like I said, we've got a pretty decent stack of them in with the sheep right now. And oh, did we only got no, there's got to be one more down here, right? We only got 2 unwrapped bales. I thought we would come out with at least 3 or 4. Anyway, we'll get those put in with the sheep, and we'll get this put away and stored up for selling time. Let's go ahead and latch those down. I think we'll just go ahead and put it all in the shed, because we have plenty of bales that are in the pen right now with the sheep. We'll go ahead and throw another grass bale out there for them as well. Alright, let's get our grass put in there. Good to go. We'll pull our trailer back around, drop it back off over here under the shade tree. There we go. Alright, let's run over and get that one grass bale for the sheep, so that they have plenty. And it looks like we have a dozen bales in here right now, so that's going to give us 13, 14 total. After this one's gone, we'll have 13. I think that's going to be plenty to get us through until we're able to cut that field again. Let's see. October, it looks like that may be the last cutting of that field. So, alright, well, I'm going to head over and pick up this equipment and bring it back over, put it away, and call it a day. So, as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.